Directions and bearings. There are two systems of expressing bearings: compass bearing and three-figure bearing. We have the north, east, west, and south. A compass is an instrument used in finding direction. There are four main directions called cardinal points. These are north, east, west, and south. Examples: state the compass bearing of points A, B, C, and D. So we have A, B, C, and D. Now, when you're looking at the compass bearing, a compass bearing has two reference points where you start measuring from the north and from the south. So you cannot go beyond 90 degrees. When you reach east or west, you have to change your reference either on the northern or southern part. So point A is north 50 degrees east or 50 degrees east of north. So bearing of A is north 50 degrees east or 50 degrees east of north. And then B is south 65 degrees east or 65 degrees east of south. Then C is, you have to subtract 90 minus 15 because reference is starting from the south. So we are going to say 90 minus 15 will give us 75. So C is south 75 degrees west or 75 degrees west of south. Then D, we cannot start from the west. Reference has to be made from the north. So when you start measuring from here, you find that you cover 50 degrees to reach D. So D is north 50 degrees west or 50 degrees west of north, like that. We go to three-figure bearings. The bearing is measured in a clockwise direction from the north, always indicated with 3 digits. It lies between 000 degrees and 360 degrees. It covers a complete revolution of 360 degrees. The word from is used to show where we do the measuring. So when they say from, it is showing you where the measuring is done. Examples: the diagram below shows the bearing of Q from P, which is 0.77 degrees. Find the bearing of P from Q. So the question is saying the diagram below shows the bearing of Q from P. So when you start measuring from P, you are going to cover 77 degrees. Find the bearing of P from Q. So when they say from Q, it means your reference should start from, the north should start from Q. So our north has to be there. So to do that, we are going to say our north is there. A straight angle is 180 degrees. So when we measure from that point coming up to there, we are getting 180 degrees. But this line PQ is a transversal because those are parallel lines. Now, 77 degrees has an alternate angle, which is that one. Alternate angles are equal. So if this is 77 degrees, it means even that should be 77 degrees. And then angles on a straight line add up to 180. So this angle, to find this one or that one, you have to subtract 180 minus 77, which is going to give us 103. So to find the bearing of P from Q, meaning we want to find the angle from the north up to Q to where P is. So we have this angle. We'll have to add 180 plus 77 degrees. Or we'll subtract 360 degrees, the whole complete revolution, minus 103 degrees. So bearing of P from Q will be equal to 180 degrees, which is this straight angle, plus 0.77 degrees alternate angles are equal, that 77 and that 77 are the same, which is giving us 257 degrees. Or a complete revolution, 360 degrees minus that 103 degrees will still give us 257 degrees. The diagram below shows the bearing of B from A, which is 130 degrees. Find the bearing of A from B. The diagram below shows the bearing of B from A, which is 130 degrees. Find the bearing of A from B. So it means that when they say from, it means we are making our reference from B. So we are standing at B, making our reference from the north. We'll do what we did in question 1, where we are going to show that we are measuring from B. A straight angle is 180 degrees. AB is giving us a transversal. Subtract 180 degrees minus 130, which will give us a 50 because this is a straight angle. A straight angle is 180. Alternate angles are equal. If this is 50 degrees, the alternate angle is that one, which is 50 degrees. If this is 130 degrees, the alternate angle is that one, which is 130. So to find the bearing of A from B, we are going to add 180 minus 130 degrees, or we'll subtract 360 degrees minus 50 degrees because this is a complete revolution. So if we subtract 360 minus 50, it's the same as 180 plus 130. So bearing of A from B is equal to 180 degrees plus 130 degrees. Alternate angles are equal, which is giving us 310 degrees, or 360 degrees minus 050 degrees. Alternate angles are equal. We are still going to get 310 degrees. P, Q, and R are 3 points on level ground. Q is on a bearing of 060 degrees and R is on a bearing of 140 degrees from Q. Like that. So we have P, Q, and R. Calculate the bearing P of P from Q. Calculate the bearing of P from Q. Calculate the bearing of Q from R. So take it step by step. We'll do what we did in the first, second questions. So we'll make our reference from the north. When we make our reference from the north, we know that a straight angle is 180. So to find this angle, we are going to subtract 180 minus 140, which is going to give us a 40. Then alternate angles are equal. If this is 60 degrees, it means that alternate angle should also be 60. Angles on a straight line up to 180. So to find that angle there, we'll have to subtract 180 minus 60, which is giving us 120. Then when we go on the other side, alternate angles are equal. If that is 40 degrees, it means that is also 40 degrees. If that is 140 degrees, it means that is 140 degrees. Then a straight angle is 180. So the bearing of P from Q, it means we are standing at Q. It will be 180 degrees plus 60 degrees, or 360 degrees minus 120 degrees. So the bearing of P from Q will be equal to 180 degrees plus 60 degrees, which is giving us 240 degrees, or 360 degrees minus 120 degrees, which will give us 240 degrees from there to there. The bearing of Q from R, the bearing of Q from R, so we are standing at R. So it's going to be 180 degrees plus 140 degrees, or 360 degrees minus 040 degrees. So we are still getting 320 degrees. The last question. Find the bearing of Q from P in the diagram below. Find the bearing of Q from P in the diagram below. Now, when we extend this line, you'll find that we are going to have a straight angle which is 180 degrees. And then we have to subtract 180 degrees minus 75, which is going to give us 105 degrees on the other side. It's going to look like that. So from there, when we measure on a straight angle or straight line, we're getting 180 degrees. Subtract 180 minus 75 degrees, we are getting 105 degrees. So the bearing of Q from P, we are standing there, it has to be 180 degrees plus 105 degrees, or 360 degrees minus 75 degrees. The bearing of Q from P is equal to 180 degrees plus 105 degrees, which is giving us 285 degrees, or 360 degrees minus 075 degrees, which is equal to 285 degrees. As simple as that.